Hello movie lovers and welcome to The Real Movie Buff, where you can join me as I watch a movie and give a commentary on the film. Scene by scene, I'll explain my favorite aspects of it and state a few things I may have done differently. Today, it's one of my favorite comic book movies of all time, The Amazing Spider-Man. So let's swing into this. First of all, The Amazing Spider-Man is my favorite Spider-Man film, and Andrew Garfield is my favorite version of the character. And Andrew Garfield is one of the best actors of his generation. It is absurd to me that he has not won an Oscar yet. I thought that he should have won for Hacksaw Ridge, but let's get back to this film. I like how the film begins with a young Peter, played by young actor Max Charles, looking for his father during a simple game of hide and seek, because one of the main ideas of the film is Peter searching for his father. And here we get a hint that Peter's father, Richard Parker, has important secrets.
You're gonna stay with that.
To keep their son safe, his parents take him to live with his Uncle Ben and Aunt May, who are played by Martin Sheen and Sally Field.
He likes to sleep with a little light on at night.
Come on. Be good.
I like that this version really plays with this part of the comic book, where Peter being an orphan is a important part of the movie. When you lose your parents at that young of an age, it changes you. Now, about 10 years later, teenage Peter is being played by Andrew Garfield, who is just extraordinary in this role. I like his reserved outsider take on the character. Even though Garfield was 28 when they started to film, his insane acting skills are more than enough to make you like him as a teenager. In the early scenes of the film, Peter is rarely seen without his camera.
Still not taking the picture.
Stay down, Parker! Who wants one more?
Flash?
I like how Peter and Gwen, played by Emma Stone, both take a stand against Flash here. It shows you that they are both very moral characters.
That was great, what you did out there.
One of the biggest highlights of the film is the off-the-charts chemistry between Garfield and Stone. Teresa Palmer was considered for the role of Gwen Stacy.
Was it stupid and dangerous? Remember when we were stupid and dangerous?
No.
Trust me, we were.
Good to know.
I also think that Sally Field and Martin Sheen also have good chemistry for the small amount of time that they have together. However, as good as she is, I think Sally Field was miscast as Aunt May.
What's your tray?
No, too much water for the condenser tray or the heat exchange tubing. This has got to be the fill line.
That's the only thing that makes any sense. Can you fix it?
No, not tonight. I'll go by the hardware store tomorrow.
I like this short scene because it reminds you that Peter is supposed to be a brilliant kid, not just with science, but with fixing things.
He was 19. What does a 19-year-old kid need with a briefcase? And guess who sold it to him? Your mother. That's how they met.
And now Peter finds his father's lost briefcase. which plays an important part in the film. It's a way for Peter to reconnect to his past.
Go.
I like how disturbed Aunt May is that Peter found his father's briefcase. I love that Einstein poster that Peter has in his bathroom. And Peter now discovers the secret compartment in the briefcase that holds his father's most important secrets with the devil's heroes. I also like the design and layout of Peter's bedroom. Even though it's not what I thought Peter Parker's room should look like, it's still pretty cool.
Kurt Connors. That's the name of the guy in the picture with your dad. They worked together for years and they were close.
This scene with Uncle Ben is one of Martin Sheen's most important scenes in the film, for he gives Peter the name of his father's lab partner, Dr. Curtis Connors. There was an additional clip involving a Rubik's Cube to further show Peter's intelligence, but it was cut. And the revelation about Dr. Connors leads Peter to visit Oscorp Tower. But before he can find answers, he realizes that his tour group is led by Gwen Stacy.
Welcome. My name is Dr. Curtis Connors. And yes, in case you're wondering, I'm a southpaw.
I'm not a cripple, I'm a scientist, and I'm the world's foremost authority on herpetology. That's...
And here is Dr. Connors, played by Rhys Ifans. Michael Fassbender auditioned for the role of Dr. Connors, but was not cast.
Anyone care to venture a guess just how? Yes.
Stem cells?
Promising, but the solution I'm thinking of is more radical.
Now, I think that most people wouldn't think that Rhys Ifans would be an actor to appear in this kind of movie, but he does a really good job in this role. The actor did research to prepare for the role by talking to several people with missing limbs. And to prepare for his role as Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield studied the movements of spiders so he could authentically move around like one. I love the design of this lab room where Peter ultimately gets his spider powers from. During this scene, to get into the right mindset, Andrew Garfield asked to play the song Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. This moment would be so freaky in real life.
We are close, but it's going to take time.
He doesn't have time. Norman Osborn is dying, Dr. Connors. Save him.
Irrfan Khan only took his role because his kids were excited about the movie.
Give it to me. Sorry.
And Peter is now kicked out of Oscorp, but not before being bitten by one of the spiders.
Not my board. Please, dude, don't.
I love this subway scene where his spider powers start to kick in.
I'm sorry. What?
That's a fly, Peter.
In this scene where he comes home late, catches a fly in midair, and takes all the snacks.
Why didn't did you tell me you didn't like my meatloaf? You could have said that to me 37 years ago. How many meatloaves have I made for you?
This meatloaf joke is hilarious. This bit with Peter not being in control of his abilities is so great. I like this moment where his fingers pick up the keys from the keyboard.
Extraordinary. How did you come up with this?
And this scene is important because Peter gives Connors the solution that he's been searching for his whole life. He desperately wants to find a way to grow his arm back, and Peter gives him the equation to do that, which obviously has consequences later on in the film. I love this moment where Peter puts Flash in his place and breaks the basketball backboard.
Yeah, but...
So all this is about getting even? If so, I guess you must feel pretty good about yourself now, right? Am I right or wrong?
And Uncle Ben gives Peter an important lesson about dealing with your problems here.
She looks familiar. She's the girl on your computer. Yeah, he's got you on his computer. I'm his probation officer.
And speaking of problems, this would be so embarrassing. For your crush to be standing right there with your father figure talking about how you have a picture of her on your computer.
We could, I don't know, or we could do something else, or we could, if you don't, I mean, like, we could...
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, either one.
Really?
Sure.
Again, the chemistry between these two is so good. These two ignite the screen when they're together. A lot of people make fun of the fact that this version of Peter rides around on a skateboard and make fun of this scene in particular, but I like it. However, my least favorite thing about the movie is the low saturation. I know that they were going for realism, but they went too far with taking the vibrant... Oh my gosh. But they went too far with taking the vibrant comic book feel out of nearly every shot.
You need to take that.
And Peter makes a big mistake here by ignoring Uncle Ben's call.
Algorithm accepted. Regrowth complete. Vitals normal. Blood pressure normal.
And now finally, Peter's equation has succeeded, so Connor knows that it's possible for him to grow his arm back.
He believed that if you could do good things for other people, you had a moral obligation to do those things. That's what's at stake here. Not choice, responsibility.
And this is Uncle Ben's most important scene in the film, because this is where he says his line about responsibility. The iconic Uncle Ben line.
Where are you going? Peter, come back here, please.
But Peter walks out angry, which leads to a devastating turn of events.
Really?
When Peter lets Uncle Ben's future murderer go here, I like that the reason why he lets him go with the money is so small. That Peter just wanted milk and was denied this because he was short on cash. So he lets the guy get robbed in retaliation.
Uncle Ben! Call an ambulance! Someone call an ambulance! Uncle Ben! Oh God, oh my God.
This great performance of pure heartbreak by Garfield is always really hard to watch.
Can I have that?
Sure.
Here's one other thing. He has a star tattooed on his left hand.
And Peter wants the criminal's photo so he can hunt him down.
Peter, I know things have been difficult lately, and I'm sorry about that. I think I know what you're feeling.
I like how Peter tries to listen to Uncle Ben's voicemail, but he's so upset that he can't finish it.
I don't just want to talk. Feels better, right? Look, your uncle died. I'm sorry. I get it.
And when Flash actually tries to turn over a new leaf and tries to talk to Peter, Peter lashes out due to his guilt. And this scene begins Peter's long search for his uncle's killer. I like how, unlike Tobey Maguire's version, Andrew's version of Peter never finds his uncle's killer. And this short moment in the wrestling ring is a nod to how Peter would eventually lose Uncle Ben in the comics. But it's used here as a realization that Peter needs a disguise to hunt for the criminal. I love this moment with the chaotic webs.
Got a description?
Well, no, he was a mask.
A mask?
Yeah, and most of his victims are suspects. Some of them with serious rap sheets. They're calling him a vigilante.
Okay, he's not a vigilante. He's an anarchist.
And now Peter's vigilante actions get the attention of Gwen's father, Captain George Stacy, who is a NYC police captain.
Extraordinary velocity vector is a function of both mass and acceleration.
Oh, come on. You know better than anyone that the weight of the bob in any pendulum has no effect on swing speed.
It doesn't affect frequency, but it's totally a factor in momentum.
I love this moment where Peter is following the nerds. And here we finally get to see the Spider-Man suit for the first time.
Hey, Aunt May. Yeah? Eggs? Organic, got it.
I love and appreciate that. Unlike Maguire's Spider-Man, this version of the character uses the web shooters. It's another reminder of how creative and brilliant Peter Parker is. The first time Garfield wore his Spidey suit, he shed tears. During filming breaks, he would go around town and play basketball with kids wearing his costume.
You know, in the future, if you're gonna steal cars, don't dress like a car thief, man.
What are you? You a cop?
Really? You seriously think I'm a cop? Cop in a skin-tight red and blue suit.
A huge list of famous actors were considered to play the part of Peter Parker / Spider-Man, including Robert Pattinson, Josh Hutcherson, Logan Lerman, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Jamie Bell, Zac Efron, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Michael Angelarno, and Joe Jonas, among others.
You've got a mind of the true scholar, sir. I was going more for one of the guys who do the luge. Good thinking, good thinking. Use the window. Get out the window. There you go, you got it. Whoa.
I like how Garfield's version of Spider-Man makes a decent attempt to show the wisecracking side of the character.
Just let me go.
Is that a knife? Is that a real knife?
Yes, it's a real knife.
My weakness, it's small knives.
Just let me go.
Anything but knives! Oh, it's so simple.
This joke about the knife is hilarious. But then Spidey gets serious. There is nothing scarier than when Spider-Man stops talking.
Aunt May, please, please, please go to sleep.
I can't sleep. Don't you understand? I can't sleep.
But also Aunt May, who was married to Uncle Ben for years.
Hi. How did you get out there?
The fire escape. Your doorman's intimidating.
It's 20 stories.
I like how Peter never uses the front door of Gwen's apartment, but uses the fire escape to enter her room.
You have your suit in there?
My suit?
I like how Gwen asks about Peter's suit, and he thinks that she's talking about his Spider-Man suit. And now Connor's arm is starting to take shape. The green sleeve worn by Connor's was called Kermit Green because it was the same shade of green as Kermit the Frog.
Is it salting people? I'm not sure. I mean, I saw that video with him and the car thief, and I think most people would say that he was providing a public service.
This dinner scene is so awkward.
If I wanted the car thief off the street, he'd already be off the street.
So why wasn't he then?
The working title for the film was Fiona's Tale. And this film was Denis Leary's first live-action film in 10 years.
I've been bitten.
So have I.
Garfield and Stone started dating during the making of this film. Peter isn't exactly wrong here when he says that he's been bitten. This cab driver is the same actor who was thought to have killed Uncle Ben in the first Spider-Man film in 2002.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. See how easy that was? You did a great job. All right.
I love the scene where Peter selflessly helps this little boy.
Put it on! The mask! It's gonna make you strong. Jack, trust me. Put it on. There you go. That's it. That's it, buddy. That's it. Okay, now climb.
And I love the idea of Peter letting the kid put his mask on. The tension of this scene was very well done.
Jack. Oh, God. Thank God. You okay?
Most people don't know this, but the actor who plays the boy's father is actually played by C. Thomas Howell, an actor that had been in big films in his younger years, like The Outsiders and Red Dawn. And this moment is very important for Peter, because he sees something that he never got to have growing up. This reaction from Aunt May is interesting, for the movie leaves it up to interpretation whether or not she suspects that Peter is in fact Spider-Man.
It's so beautiful.
Knows how to bite, though.
Who else knows about this?
Just
for you.
I like how Peter's secret is only between him and Gwen. That there's no one else that knows about him being Spider-Man. And I love this clip where Peter accidentally bends the football goalpost. I thought this idea with Peter using his webs to track the lizard was a brilliant idea for something that a real spider would do. Cinematographer John Schwartzman, I think, did amazing work for this film. There's a lot of stunning shots throughout this movie. And I think that James Horner, the film's composer, also did amazing work. And I think that this score is among the best of his career. I like the idea that Spider-Man's webs don't always work for him. These kinds of problems build tension for the scene.
Should maybe consider coming in through the lobby. Also, my father is under the impression that you require psychiatric attention.
This line that Gwen says about Peter needing to use the lobby is one of my favorite lines in the movie.
No, Dad, I do not want Coco. Honestly, I'm 17 years old.
Okay, I just thought I remembered somebody saying last week that her fantasy was to live in a chocolate house.
Well, that's impractical. And fattening.
This conversation between Gwen and her father is realistic and hilarious.
Chocolate house.
And Peter's line about a chocolate house here is also funny.
Every day for as long as I can remember, my father has left every morning and he's put a badge on his chest and strapped a gun to his hip.
This scene is one of the most important scenes in the entire movie. It tells the audience that Gwen respects her father because he's a policeman, and she has to live every day not knowing if her dad was going to come home at the end of the day.
I created him.
What do you mean?
I gave him an equation that made all of this possible.
And now Peter reveals that Connor turning into the lizard was his fault. And the theme of responsibility comes back. There is a deleted scene where Peter takes Gwen to a rooftop lit by candlelight, but it was sadly cut from the film. How crazy would it be if you were a high schooler and a giant lizard man stormed into your school? In a deleted scene, it is revealed that Connors has a young son named Billy.
And alone, I can save them. I can cure them. There's no need to stop me, Peter.
I like how Peter throws a shoe at Connors as a joke. It is really hard to believe that this school hallway fight scene is entirely CGI. Wow. Of all the great Marvel cameos that Stanley has had over the years, this one is among my favorites. Just an elderly librarian stamping books, completely oblivious to the fact that there is a superhero battle going on behind him.
Human beings are weak, pathetic, feeble-minded creatures. Why be human at all when we can be so much more?
And now Peter finds Connor's lab and discovers his plan to cure all of New York City. Dang, that would hurt. I like the idea that Peter is trying to protect his identity at all costs.
It's headed to Oscorp, and your daughter's there right now.
This is one of my favorite bits of the movie, where Peter convinces Captain Stacy to trust him so that he can go help Gwen, who is trapped at Oscorp. Now this scene is something straight out of a horror film. The build-up to reveal the lizard is so good, and I love the piano music here. Now this scene is arguably my favorite scene in the film, where someone who Spider-Man helped earlier in the film is kind enough to return the favor and help him in return by aligning the cranes to create a path for Spider-Man. And this swinging scene is really where Spider-Man truly swings to his full potential for the first time. This sequence is so cool.
All alone. He's not alone.
And now Captain Stacy has arrived to help Peter, a decision that has devastating results. That shot above New York is gorgeous with the blue cure coming from Oscorp Tower. I like the fact that Connors has to use his real human arm and not his lizard one. For it's his humanity that helps save Peter here.
So I want you to promise me something, okay? Leave Gwen out of it.
And this final scene between Peter and Captain Stacy is heartbreaking. During this death scene, Denis Leary said that he was impressed with Garfield's performance because he could actually feel real tears falling on him as he lay there. I love that the movie silences Peter's scream of agony here. The Lizard is the first Spider-Man villain to end up in prison at the end. And this guilty smile that he has while he has the scars is brilliant acting.
Sweetheart. Something.
I-L-O-V-E with capital letters love how Peter finally comes home with the eggs for Aunt May. He's finally being responsible now. Of course, it's raining during Captain Stacy's funeral.
I'm sorry.
What do you say?
I can't see you anymore. I can't.
I love this scene where Gwen comes to confront Peter about him not showing up at her father's funeral, and Peter has to reveal to her the promise that he made to her father about staying away from her to protect her. A promise that is killing Peter on the inside. Emma Stone was actually considered to play Hope Van Dyne in Ant-Man.
Peter Parker, if there's one thing you are, it's good. Anyone has a problem with that can talk to me.
And this is my favorite Aunt May moment in the film. Those 8 words describe Peter Parker perfectly.
Peter, I know things have been difficult lately, and I'm sorry about that. I think I know what you're feeling.
And now Peter finally listens to Uncle Ben's voicemail he sent Peter the night that he died. And it is my favorite voicemail of all time.
You just have to figure out how to use them. And know that wherever they take you, we'll always be here. So come on home, Peter.
I love these kids running out of the alley after painting the gigantic Spider-Man symbol on the wall.
Yeah, but those are the best kind.
Okay, class, open your books. Let's begin on page 1.
And Peter breaking his promise to Gwen's father here is something that I think that Peter Parker would do because he's too much in love with Gwen that he can't be apart from her. And Gwen takes the hint here to Peter's meaning and knows what he means. And Peter takes one final swing to end the movie. This film was released on the 50th anniversary of the character's first appearance in the comics. Thank you for watching The Amazing Spider-Man with me, The Real Movie Buff. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again next time.